If you're tired of spending all day in the kitchen meal prepping just trying to lose fat, here's the ultimate grocery shopping list that you can execute so that you can save time and still get lean. Thank me later. You ever see people who seem to stay lean all year round and you wonder, what is it they eat that makes them look so special? I mean, it almost feels effortless at times. The secret? Fiber. See, the great thing about fiber is that it keeps you full. It's really, really satiating. And a lot of things contain fiber. It's not just your vegetables, your fruits, your grains, and things like oats. So for me, my go-to sources of fiber is just really getting salad in a bag. Where's that salad? I genuinely don't know where's the salad. Oh, it's here. Typically for fiber, I just have some salad for lunch and for dinner. And the reason why I buy salad in a bag instead of buying any of these vegetables is because, number one, I don't have to wash it, I don't have to cut anything up, I don't have to prep it. It's literally in a bag, double washed and trimmed. It's already ready to eat, it's good to go, and it only cost me like 82 baht. So this will go in the cart. Now, other sources of fiber that I like to get as well, cherry tomatoes. And the reason why is because I have IBS and I genuinely can't eat a lot of different kinds of fruits like mangoes, I can't have them, apples, I can't even have things like oranges. But cherry tomatoes are one of the fruits that are considered low FODMAP, which is good for my gut. And it gives me enough fiber to just help me to regulate my IBS a lot better. But more importantly, for you, if you're trying to get lean, it helps keep you full. Cherry tomatoes are great in the tall eagles. Typically, when I'm looking for sources of fibers that comes from fruits, I like to have my fruits with oats. So I'm looking for fruits that aren't super large in size, but also are full of antioxidants and vitamin C. And some of those fruits would actually be blueberries. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but I really don't like tiny blueberries, so I always get the fatter ones because they're just juicier and nicer to chew on. So I usually get 2 packs of these. That's only about 400 baht. In Thailand, for some reason, raspberries are very expensive, and I think it's the same for Singapore. So typically, I'll just go for strawberries, and usually I'll just get 1 pack at a time. And this is only like 169 baht, which is like $6, and that's gonna last me the whole week. One of the fruits that I also can tolerate that keeps me full, and honestly can be such a great dessert if you put them in the freezer and you take them out and you eat it, is kind of like little ice popsicles when grapes are frozen. I know some people don't like them, but I really enjoy it. I already have grapes in the freezer, so I'm not gonna buy any. You can just buy a pack of green grapes, chuck them in the freezer, and if you're feeling peckish, if you feel like having something sweet, you feel like having a snack, but you don't actually want to have like ice cream or something that's gonna bust your calories, green grapes are the way to go. Just chuck them in the freezer, have them as a sweet treat, and yeah. Alright, so now that we've sorted out our fiber, we need to start looking at what I have for breakfast. Every morning, without fail, over the past couple of years, I've been having instant Quaker oats. So let's go get that. Now, Quaker Oats are my favorite brand, and for a very simple reason. It's instant. You don't have to cook it in a pot. You really don't have to do anything besides pour some milk on it, chuck in a microwave. As you know, I'm really all about fast, quick, efficient when it comes to meal prepping. I do suggest that if you guys want something that takes a little longer to digest, keeps you fuller for longer, right? Stable energy levels throughout the day, go for instant oats. It's so easy to make. It keeps you really full. It can be quite yummy, especially if you pair it together with the strawberries, the blueberries. If you want even more sweetness, you can go for a 0-calorie syrup or artificial sweeteners. I personally just put maple syrup on it because, again, my tummy can't handle artificial sweeteners, or maybe just a little bit of honey just for a little bit more flavor. So breakfast is almost sorted, but we're still missing one key ingredient. Songkran, songkran. Sadi cup chia seeds. The reason why I put chia seeds in my oats every single morning is because it adds extra soluble fiber. Insoluble fiber sometimes for some individuals can make them have the runs, but soluble fiber is, as it suggests, soluble in water, and so that tends to hold your stool together and doesn't make you super urgent in the morning. Pair that together with some of that beta-glucan found in the oats, and you have a good source of soluble fiber to start off the day. With some fruits, that goes super well. And yeah, I won't be getting this because I already have this at home, but yeah, you guys should definitely hop onto some chia seeds. Now, one of the things that people tend to forget in their diet is actually taking enough probiotics. And you really don't need to take a supplement for it. Like, you don't have to take pills. You can get it naturally found in sauerkraut, kimchi. But my personal favorite, and the only one I can tolerate, is actually Greek yogurt. We're gonna go get some yogurt. This is why I love Tops imported yogurt. They got the stuff from Australia. My favorite brand of yogurt is gotta be Chobani. I personally like passion fruit and also blueberry. You know what? I've been eating blueberry Chobani all my life, so we're just gonna get 2 Chobani passion fruit flavored yogurts. If Chobani is not really the brand you're looking for, if it's too pricey for you, you can just go for Farmers Union Greek style yogurt as well. And they even have those with extra protein in it, so if you're struggling to hit your protein in it, just get some more Greek yogurt and you'll be sweet. One thing I did forget to mention is that when I was living in Singapore, I was eating golden kiwis all the time, but I stopped eating these kiwis because they don't seem to have golden kiwis in Thailand. I can really only find green kiwis, but let me show you.
As I thought, they don't even have green or golden kiwis here as well.
It's kind of sad because kiwis are one of my personal favorite fruits. They help you to actually sleep better. It's got a shit ton of vitamin C. It's the best way to end my night right after dinner. Now let's move on to what I would typically get for lunch as fast as possible, as quick as possible, and as nutritious as possible. Let's go. Typically in a day, I like to have a lean source of protein and a fatty source of protein. And so for the lean source of protein, you know I have to go for my chicken breast. I used to just buy the pack of chicken breasts, 3-4 at a time, and just cook one each day. But sometimes I found that it took me quite some time to cook it, to clean up afterwards, and it was just such a headache. So nowadays, instead of buying chicken breasts like this, which really only costs about just under 6 Singapore dollars for 4 different fillets, I really just head over to the nearest 7-Eleven and just buy pre-made, ready-to-eat chicken breast. It comes with about, I think, 38 grams of protein, and it's just above 2 to 3 Singapore dollars. So yes, you're gonna get a lot more bang for your buck buying the raw chicken breast like this. You're going to have to prep it, season it, cook it, clean up. And for me, I don't really have that time, so I'll just get it from the local 7-Eleven. However, for dinner, since I do have a fattier protein, most of the time what I'll get is just some form of ground pork or beef, and I'll make things like pak krapao, or I'll make things like a spaghetti bolognese, so that, you know, I get my protein in, but it's actually a lot more flavorful than lunch. So I'll just get something like this, just minced pork, about 220 grams of it. I think this is only just about 3 Singapore dollars. But yeah, gives me enough protein for dinner. So this goes in the cart. To make life even easier and quicker for you, so that you can actually have a diverse range, or rather variety of vegetables, easy hack is just to get mixed vegetables. You know, your classic peas, carrots and corn, only about 4 Singapore dollars. This can last you at least probably 2 weeks. So I've already got a bag sitting at home. What I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of roasted sesame dressing on it, a little bit of pepper, and that's kind of my salad together with the salad in the bag as well as the cherry tomatoes. But yeah, it takes you 2 minutes to make. All you have to do is boil it or put it in a microwave and it's pretty much done. If you do not like little peas, carrots and corn, you can also just get the bigger, chunkier cauliflower, broccoli and carrots. But personally, I don't really like broccoli or cauliflower that much, so I prefer the other bag. Now, during the entire period that I had IBS, I really wasn't able to get any form of probiotics in because it would just upset me a lot. But one of the few ways I found to get some level of a probiotic in, miso soup. Personally, I really like this one. I absolutely do not know the difference between the green, the blue, or this one, but this one seems to taste the best. I do suggest getting proper miso soup over something like this. I just find that it has a much more richer and more salty taste rather, and I don't really like the ones that come in a packet. So yeah, get yourself a box of miso soup. It really helps you to wash down the chicken and rice when it starts to get dry, or if you just find that your food's really bland. Having a soup to have together with it just makes your cutting experience a lot better. So this goes in the cart as well. As I was talking about earlier, you do need to cook your oats in some form of a liquid. I really don't like cooking my oats in water, so I'll just get an unsweetened almond milk, which is high in calcium and also vitamin E. Really, all you're looking for when you're trying to have something to cook your oats in is a fortified kind of milk. It just means there's like all kinds of micronutrients that's intentionally put inside the drink so that if you're lacking any of these micronutrients throughout the day, maybe you don't get enough vitamin D because you don't expose yourself to the sun, or you don't have enough calcium because you don't take enough dairy, the easiest hack, one of the things that my nutritionist taught me, is to just get a fortified milk. Whether that's a soy milk or an almond milk, regular dairy milk, get it fortified. This one is not super fortified, it just has calcium, vitamin E, but honestly, good enough for me. I love the flavor of almond milk. This will be a prime example of a fortified almond milk. As you can see, it's got vitamin A, B, C, E, zinc. And personally, I've tried this one as well, but it's gray in color, so it freaks me out, so that's why I don't get it anymore. In terms of the carb sources that I have for lunch and dinner, I could go with potatoes because technically potatoes are the most satiating form of carbs from many different satiety indexes. But potatoes take a lot longer to cook than just rice. I am Asian at the end of the day, so what I'll do is just cook a big pot of rice, put it in a Tupperware, and just portion out however much rice I need for the day. If you want something that's filling, you could go for potatoes or pumpkin. They are really filling, but personally it takes too long to cook for me, so I'll just stick with rice. Welcome to the land of sauces. Now, obviously, your meal wouldn't be complete unless you had some flavor on it. That's where sauces come in. The problem is that most of the calories that you find in your foods are not usually from the foods itself, but rather from the sauces and the oils. So you do have to be really careful picking the kind of sauce that you're going to put in your foods, because you don't want a lot of the calories to just kind of creep in and ruin your cut. For me, when I'm looking to put some sauce on my salad, I'll typically just go for the roasted sesame QP salad dressing, and this works just fine. Honestly, put like a teaspoon worth of dressing, so for me it's quite low cal. Take note of this, you can find a low calorie sauce dressing alternative. No matter what kind of sauce you're looking for, there's always a low calorie alternative. So I'm sure if you want to look online for roasted sesame dressing, you can find it on Amazon, you can find it on wherever iHerb. You don't necessarily have to get it from your local grocery store. As for the chicken breast, I love Japanese flavors, and so I just go for a very simple teriyaki sauce that comes in a bottle. This is only like $1.60 Singapore. It doesn't last me more than 1 or 2 weeks, and I don't think it's very calorie friendly, but I don't put more than 1 to 2 tablespoons for lunch, so this works for me. Alternatively, again, choose whatever flavors you like for your lean or your fattier protein. Just make sure you find a low calorie alternative if you're struggling to be in a cut, and you can always find these alternatives online. And this goes in the cart. Obviously, me being Asian as well, my entire cupboard is filled with different kinds of sauces. I have soy sauce, I have oyster sauce, I've got fish sauce, I have dark soy sauce. The problem with Asian sauces is that it's very, very high in sodium. And personally for me, in my family, there is a strong genetic component to me possibly having like high blood pressure in the future from consuming too much sodium. So nowadays, I try to get sauces that are just lower in sodium so that I can actually take better care of my heart health. If you are worried about getting heart problems down the line, pick your Asian sauces that are low in sodium, because they're notorious for being very, very salty. Now, just like you guys, I have an extremely sweet tooth. I love to have sugary stuff for lunch, for dinner, for dessert. But on a cut, you cannot afford to have a lot of sweet things, except for zero-calorie soda. So in Thailand, Singer is like one of the main brands that makes like beers and water, and they make this really tasty lemon soda that not only quenches my thirst, but quenches my sweet tooth. I heavily suggest you guys get some zero-cal soda, whether it's Coke Zero or Sprite Zero or anything with artificial sweeteners. It's really not that bad for you like they make it out to be. You would honestly die from drinking too much water before the artificial sweeteners has any detrimental effect on your body. Because I love these so much, I have like 20 of them at home, so I'm not gonna get any today. Now, if you're big on snacking, but you're on a cut, you might want to consider having popcorn as a snack. Popcorn is one of the most satiating snacks you can have out there because it's very high in volume but very low in calories. Specifically, if you don't get the ones that has butter or caramel or any kind of flavoring on it, regular sea salt popcorn works just fine. But besides popcorn, you can also get something like seaweed. Just like popcorn is also high in volume but very low in calories. Just make sure you don't get the ones that are drowning in sunflower oil. Seaweed on its own really has so little calories, but it makes for such a great snack, so consider getting some as well. Additionally, you can also try anything that has cognac in it. That pretty much is just fiber, has a lot of volume in it, tastes sweet, but you're not gonna get much calories out of it, all right, if any. So this would be a great example of some pretty much zero-cal jelly that you can consume. Anything like these, super great for you as well. All right, time to make payment. Besides the chicken breast, this is realistically what I'll be getting for a week if I ever did grocery shopping for the week. Most of these things will last me minimally 1-2 weeks, some even up to a month. But yeah, that really only set me back about 60 Singapore dollars, so I would say it isn't even that expensive to eat healthy and get lean. But if you think this is expensive, just remember that you are spending money on food anyway. Whatever you were spending in McDonald's, hawker center, or eating out with your friends at restaurants could be put to much better use if you just spend it on the groceries. And that's pretty much my grocery haul for now, guys. Now, I'm still on a cut, eating about 1,800 calories every single day. My cut's really only going to be for about 4 more weeks, so stay tuned until I'm on a bulk again. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who you think needs help when they go grocery shopping. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!